you are going to be placed under arrest.
Me?
You're Alley, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to be for predatory criminal sexual assault.
Today, we're looking at the case of Alley Bardfield, a 34-year-old woman whose actions shocked an entire community. It all started when investigators began looking into suspicious digital messages being exchanged between Bardfield and a young student. What they discovered raised serious concerns. Through Snapchat, she had been sending messages and even transferring money through CashApp. Alley Bardfield wasn't someone most people would have expected to be in the headlines. To those around her, she looked like just another adult living her life. But behind the scenes, Bardfield was developing a secret connection with someone she should have never been in contact with in that way. The story begins with simple messages. And first, Bardfield connected with him through Snapchat, a platform that erases messages after they're read. Many young people use it, but it's also become a tool that some predators believe will help them hide their tracks. But Bardfield didn't just stop at messaging. As the days turned into weeks, she began sending inappropriate texts and images, and even went as far as sending him money through CashApp. Hundreds of dollars over time, officers approached Bardfield. Bodycam footage captured the entire moment. In the video, you can see Bardfield looking stunned as officers explain why she's being placed under arrest. At first, she appears calm, almost as if she's trying to process what's happening. But as the reality of the charges sets in, her demeanor changes.
I'm assisting the Mountain Police Department. How many kids are home? Three kids? Okay, just you guys and the kids? Okay.
And someone else?
Yeah, it's my brother. My brother is your brother.
Okay.
So here's the thing. We have a search warrant for the house, okay? You are going to be placed under arrest.
Me?
You're Alley, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to be for predatory criminal sexual assault to grooming. Okay, so that's why we're here, to take a look, to make sure we gather what we need out of the house, okay?
For what?
Yeah, so I'll talk to you more about it here in a second, okay? I'm going to explain some things to you, okay? First off, I have to read your rights, okay, so that I can talk to you, okay? You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney, and if you can't afford one will be appointed to represent you free of any cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever been in trouble before?
Never.
Okay. I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain, but long story short is, okay, we've got a significant amount of evidence to include the conversation that you had with.
According to court documents, when detectives first showed up at Alley Bardfield's front door, she immediately tried to deny everything. She told officers she had never been involved with the boy, but detectives weren't buying it. In the bodycam footage, although parts of the audio are redacted, you can clearly hear an investigator telling Bardfield that he had a considerable amount of evidence. That line alone says a lot. He wasn't just talking about texts or CashApp payments. He was also been referring to a phone call Bardfield had with the boy just hours before her arrest. Investigators later revealed that they, along with the boy's parents, had been secretly monitoring those communications in real time. That included text messages, voice calls, and even FaceTime conversations. What Bardfield said during those calls made the case even stronger. She reportedly discussed things like birth control, mentioning that she couldn't get pregnant. She also told the boy to delete their messages. On March 29, 2024, Bardfield had invited the boy over to her home, calling it a play date. After that visit, the boy's mother noticed that something was off. His behavior had changed, and he seemed unusually withdrawn. Trusting her instincts, the mother decided to check her son's phone and social media. That's when she uncovered the disturbing truth. With the evidence now in front of her, the boy finally opened up about what had really been happening. That discovery is what ultimately set the full investigation in motion. And from there, Bardfield's secret came crashing down.
Are you taking my kids?
And she'll be able to talk to you. No, I'll talk to you here about that. So that lady here is...
Oh my God.
No, but listen. It doesn't mean she's taking your kids. Okay?
Make a knife, I'm sure.
After her initial denial at the front door, Bardfield agreed to sit down with a detective to talk further. The bodycam captured the exchange, though much of the audio is redacted. According to court documents, Bardfield once again insisted she had never had a relationship with the boy. But the detective wasn't convinced. At one point, he confronted her directly, telling Bardfield that he had already seen the inappropriate photos she had sent to the child. Then he asked her a blunt question. Why would a 34-year-old woman send those kinds of images to an 11-year-old? Bardfield's response, as recorded in the report, was chilling. She stated that he kept asking and asking and asking. He wouldn't leave me alone. The documents also note that the victim himself had sent Bardfield explicit pictures as well. That disturbing detail added yet another layer of complexity to the case, showing just how far this communication had gone before investigators stepped in. Once in custody, the investigation didn't slow down. Officers had enough digital evidence to confront her, and eventually, Bardfield admitted to what she had done. She confessed to having an inappropriate relationship with the boy, a relationship that crossed lines in ways that shocked even seasoned investigators. Her confession left little room for doubt, and prosecutors prepared for a trial. But Bardfield made a different decision. When Bardfield stepped into the courtroom, she faced the full weight of the law. She was charged with multiple serious offenses related to misconduct with a minor. But instead of taking the case to trial, Bardfield entered a guilty plea. By doing so, she avoided forcing the victim to testify, and at the same time, she accepted responsibility for her actions.
Committed the offense of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child. It's a Class X felony, punishable by 6 to 60 years in the Department of Corrections. That would be served at 85%, followed by a mandatory supervised release of 3 years up to natural life and up to a $25,000 fine. It is not a probation eligible offense. And if convicted, you would have to register as a sex offender for the rest of your natural life. Do you understand the charges? I've read it to you. Do you want me to read the whole paragraph out loud to you, or are you able to do that? Okay.
In many ways, this was a turning point in the case. A trial would have meant rehashing every detail in front of a jury, with evidence displayed and witnesses called, but a guilty plea meant the outcome was more straightforward: sentencing. Many believe she will be given a lengthy prison sentence, ensuring that she would be removed from society for years. Beyond that, she will be required to register under state law, a label that will follow her for the rest of her life. This outcome means Bardfield won't just serve time. She'll carry the weight of this conviction forever, long after she leaves prison. The Alley Bardfield case is disturbing, but it's also important because it highlights the modern challenges law enforcement faces. In the end, Bardfield's actions caught up to her. Despite trying to hide behind disappearing messages and digital transfers, investigators pieced together the truth. Her arrest, her admission, and her guilty plea show how even in the digital age, there's always a trail, and justice will follow it. For the young boy involved, the hope is that with Bardfield behind bars, he can begin to heal and move forward. And for the rest of us, this case is a reminder. Predators don't always look like what we expect. Sometimes they're the people you'd least suspect. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think she should spend the rest of her life in prison? Drop your comments below. And if you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode of Bars and Justice.